back to the channel. Today we are going to be talking about things I wish I started training as a beginner. So let's just jump into it. Starting off, I want to talk a bit about the rear delts. Now rear delts are muscles on the back of your deltoid, and they're used in scapular retraction, and this is a very easily missed and undertrained muscle. And I know that I didn't start training it for the first 2 years of exercise, and that's mainly because I didn't even know it was there. So yes, it's a very important one to know about, and what it does is it gives you a very 3D look to your delt. It makes them look bigger from the back, because you can be all good, you can have them front delt, side delt, and then like me, there's a bit of a lack in the rear delt. It's still there, but it's not as prominent, so that's what I'm trying to grow and just help the delts look bigger from the side or the back. Very important one to train. Now there are a lot of exercises, if you're doing rows for example, that do train the rear delts. However, they are more lat and trap focused, so they're not going to be quite as good. So things like reverse pec deck, very good for isolating the rear delts. It will obviously do traps as well, but it's mainly for isolation. You can also go on a cable and just stretch across like that and just really squeeze those rear delts. There's a multitude of exercises out there, but from my experience, the pec deck has been the best one for me so far. Moving on to the next muscle group, I'm going to be talking about the lower back. The lower back is more commonly trained, I would say. Most people know about it. However, it is one that I know I missed out on at the beginning of my training, and if anything, it's just really good for stability and prevention of injury. So when you're doing a heavy back squat, for example, or deadlifts as well, you need it for that stability and just to avoid any injury. But in terms of physique-wise, it really allows the lats to really blend into the lower back really nicely. And if you look at big bodybuilders who've got very prominent lower backs, it makes their back look more full. Because what can happen is you can have a big upper back and then it just kind of fades into nothing, and you really want to make sure you've got every single detail. One nice thing as well about the lower back is when you're very lean, you can get lots of feathering of the striations going across your back. And that is very nice. If you have been ripped, that is a very nice detail to have. And bodybuilding judges, if you are trying to be a bodybuilder, are going to look out for lots of things like that. Now the next one is more specific to me. I've always had worse triceps. I've always had quite bicep dominant arms. So recently I've been trying to go on a tricep arc, if you like, and I've just been spamming out loads of tricep exercises, which have been mainly push downs with a rope. And I now realise that I went very wrong there, because whilst I've developed my short head of my tricep, the real one that I needed to be working on is the long head. And what this does is it gives you a much fuller tricep, and this really brings out the size in your tricep, especially from the side. So now I've got to focus on doing more long head, which is very annoying, but we all learn, we all make mistakes. And so if you're not training your long head, very important, it will also help with lots of strength. If you're on bench press, it will help with your bench press strength and any pressing movements. So it's a very important one to have, and if you're not training that, definitely train it, because take it from me, you will regret it if you don't. The main one for just adding that mass to your arm, definitely long head. It's trained by, like I said, lots of overhead extensions, and getting a nice good stretch up like that will help develop your tricep. Next, I'm going to talk about the adductors in the leg. Now these are activated when you squeeze your knees together. That's what that muscle is on the side of your leg, squeezing together. And that will help just build extra mass in that area for your legs and just build that thickness in the legs. And that's very important for just bodybuilding shows and just training in general. The next one is just focusing on the lower quad rather than the upper quad. So the way that I found best for growing the lower quad is when I'm doing my back squats, just really focusing on getting my hamstrings to touch my calves. So really just maximizing that range of motion. And that means when your leg is extending from that position where your hamstring is touching your calves, you're using mainly your lower quad. So practicing that is really important for that lower quad growth. I would be doing squats, and I would be sort of bending probably to just above 90 degrees. So imagine my legs, I would be starting here and I'd go to about there and then back up, which is only really activating the upper quads, and it's very ego based. So I would really recommend just sort of coming down as far as you can to about that kind of angle and then up again. And you will need to probably drop the weight down because it's a new motion, so you're not used to it. But that will just really ensure that your knees are protected from having developed lower quad and just help that overall mass in general. And one thing I will say, if you are trying to focus on building a certain muscle group, What I tend to do is if I would choose the muscle group that I've got that I want to work on, and I'll go, right, when that's no longer sore and it's finished recovering, I will then, no matter whether it's legs, whatever I've got the next day, I will train it on top of that. So it might be I do legs and a bit of triceps, and that would just mean I'm prioritizing that muscle group so then it can catch up with the rest of me. So that's about it for this video. Everyone's physique is different, everyone's got different weak points, so it's about finding yours so that you can then focus on just making yourself completely proportional. And so if you are trying to be a bodybuilder, the judges will just not be able to spot a single thing wrong with you. Well, that's the goal for me anyways. So if you did enjoy the video, please drop a like down below, and I hope it was useful to you, and until next time.